Hello, friends, and welcome to 10 Points Under, where today we're gonna turn up the heat. This is Big Bullfrog slash Taylor, Tay, whatever you want to call me, and joining me today is a YouTuber, extraordinaire, Heroscape enthusiast, and really good movie maker, Tales of Valhalla. Welcome back, Tales of Valhalla. It's good to have you on again.
Yo, happy holiday time of the year. Woohoo.
Yeah,
Although I don't know when this is going to be released, but
probably
uh,
shortly after the holidays. So.
okay. Well, we're enjoying it now,
Oh yeah,
We're
oh yeah.
we're
It's
totally
in
enjoying
full
it, yeah.
swing. It's a good time. Hopefully everybody's holiday season was great.
Mhm.
Or maybe still is great. It might still be like the tail end of the holidays potentially. I'm not exactly sure, um, but yeah, it's a good time, and and what better time for I'm trying to segue this for a red and green Heroscape battle. That's my attempt. With frost giants, boom! Look, it's
It's a
Christmas.
nice segue. I'll take it as a good segue.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. But yeah, I'm really excited for this game. This is going to be a good one. Um, this is from Online Con. We're wrapping up Online Con. This is one of the last few videos that I've got. This is actually the last one I've got to record, not the last one that I'll be posting because I've got the championship grand finale that I'll be posting after this. But this will be the second to last video from Online Con, and it'll be a good one. This one is the Heroes Only tournament, and we've got what ended up actually being the finals round, and I'll go over why it became the finals round after the game is over because mild spoilers. But so this is the finals between uh Coach Muskie over here on the left, who is running Sonia Essenwein, Cyprian Essenwein, Krug, and two Frost Giants of Moor, versus Doc's Fire Elemental army. So this is Raylan, Kurak, Isamu, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Fire Elementals, which is a lot of Fire Elementals. It was a 600-point tournament, so he fit a lot in there.
Something just got into my head. You remember it's an old Christmas animated the Heat Miser and
Oh,
the
yes.
um is it the Heat Miser and the Ice Miser or the Frost Miser or something like that?
Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. And
But yeah,
now,
they've got
I
the
mean,
songs.
yeah, I just revealed my age doing that, but also that I can't remember exactly what those names are. But I know it's the Heat Miser and something else to do with ice and snow miser. Um, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Holy cow. That's a throwback. I love that. Um, I'm gonna have to go look that movie up again because I still kind of remember. I remember the tune of the song. It's like
I I
dun, dun,
I think
dun,
I
dun,
think
dun.
the film itself is called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's New Year or something like that.
Maybe.
Rudolph's New Year, I think it is. I think it's like a
Okay.
sequel to the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is
Those
like
those
one of
wonder
those.
those wonderful stop motion animations back in those days,
Yeah.
which way better than anything they put out, you know, today with whatever animations they put out. Those are the classics. Those are just the best things. Anyway, okay, that's my filmmaker side talking. We really need to focus on this game.
You're good. You're good.
I'm
But
talking to
yeah.
myself.
So we've got um the heat and the cool over here. That actually really works because Cyprinus and mine also chilling touch. So kind of got keeping that cool theme, that cold
Yeah,
theme over here.
yeah, Cold Miser. I'm pretty sure it's the Cold Miser
Old
then.
miser. All
Cold,
right.
Cold Meister or something like that. Yes. So anybody who knows for certain, just write it in the comments below, so that way we know you've been listening to this episode, and you can give us the right answer to this. I'll probably look it up after, but give us the right answer now that you're listening to this.
Yes, please. No, I'd love it if anybody else remembers those shows or well that movie. I guess I kind of think of it as a group of shows, but
Hmm.
yeah,
For sure.
because I mean that's a special part of my childhood.
Yep.
But yeah, so um, it's a cool matchup that we've got going on here. Interesting differences in armies where like over here Doc has basically pseudo squads with his fire elementals. Fire elementals are really really strong. Um, and especially here where he only has to put his order markers in one place for the most part. Maybe he
Right.
wants to move Raylan once in a while, but for the most part it'll be Kurok. And so he's got that ease of order markers over here. But then over here you've got a lot of power. You've got
Yeah,
Frost
heavy hitters.
Giants hit like a truck, Rug hits like a wimp until you hurt him, and then he hits like a truck. And Cyprian can just kill stuff and heal himself. So the order markers will be a lot more difficult over here, and I'm interested to see how Coach Muskie plays into this. But you've definitely got that interesting I don't know, strategy as far as army building goes.
I love the matchup. It's like power versus magic, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, um, excuse me. I'm not saying that I'm a fan of Doc, but I am. Uh, but I am rooting for Karak here, just because I mean he's my bad guy,
That's
and
true.
we've seen him what he can do with just one fire elemental, albeit a prime fire elemental. But just how many? Okay, so and you said there's 10 fire elementals.
11.
Oh my! Wow. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Now, one thing though, now when it comes to Doc, and I was mentioning this before, what effectiveness will Raylan actually have in the battlefield? Because I was mentioning that Raylan is a little bit more effective with her aura, in ranged attacks. Yes, she can do, you know, attack. She has her aura for close range attacks, but then um, especially when it comes to these power uh, miniatures, how effective she can be before she gets knocked out. That's the question. So, uh, but I'm not going to question too much until I see how they are played.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's a good point. I think that'll be another interesting point to see how that kind of develops. I'll go ahead and get this rolling, and we'll see how this early game pans out. But I mean, I agree because there are a lot of fire elementals to try to keep the heroes away from Raylan. But like if a hole opens up, there is all the opportunity there to kind of lay waste to her. Also, Cyprian, pretty good Raylan assassin.
And there he goes.
Mm-hmm.
Already. And I think that's what is it Muskie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what Muskie's trying to figure out to do. And then there goes
Oh,
Raylan.
forward, right? Interesting.
Oh, what a move.
Would have thought Doc would have kept her back after seeing the aggressive.
Well, if that's where he had the order marker on her,
Right.
she was to go first.
And it could be.
Oop, and there we go.
Yep, here we go. So we'll have a
So
chilling
so
patrol
so
right away.
Cyprian. Wow, action already.
I like it. That's oh, it's a one. That hurts for Coach Muskie. But
Yikes.
that is what I do like about these heroes only games is at least the ones that I recorded, they had action happening really really fast.
Right.
So now we'll see
I'm
if
I'm interested to see just because in future seasons of TOV, there could be a strong possibility that those two, Cyprian and Raylan, could go head to head. Um, Cyprian being possible future villain, maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
that'd be cool.
Tease. But so I'm interested to see how they play out here on this battlefield.
And that seems really that image of Cyprian versus Raylan seems awesome.
Although I think Cyprian is pretty powerful, that he would usually win the matchup without any some type of backup for Raylan.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, especially if you're just playing a game, Raylan is meant to buff other figures. So if that's not happening,
Right.
then
What?
oh,
And Cyprian
interesting.
moves.
Ooh,
Well,
takes
I mean,
off.
you had these fire elementals crowding around,
Mm-hmm.
so it's probably time to move.
And Doc was getting ready to come up and around and
Yep.
start using that searing intensity and those attacks, which will, I mean, like, if he gets a good surround on Cyprian, that will take care of him. But this is a good spot. I really like this spot actually.
Sure.
Doc will be able to get a series of searing intensity on him, but in order to get multiple fire elementals adjacent, he's got to come down into the water, which will take away
Right.
all of the defense for the fire element.
Yeah, good move then. Yes. And already I see Muskie's kind of like put Doc in a little bit of a corner, kind of, which is
Yeah, it
very
looks like
interesting.
Doc's gonna kind of take the time to develop this way. But
Right.
yeah, like that is a good spot. Does look like he took a hit, so Cyprian did take 2 wounds there, which is
Okay.
not what Muskie was hoping for. But I mean, Cyprian, I don't want to say easily, but he can definitely heal himself back up.
Right. Now, yeah, I think the the important thing is who's going to use the strategy of their miniatures the best in this fight. And oh, and I wanted to ask at the beginning, these miniatures are their own, right? There's no switching around or anything like that, right?
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Just making sure.
Muskie's loaded up on Cyprian again. Probably we'll see here in a second, but
Yeah, I'm sorry. There was dead air there too because my mouth is just hanging open like this is so cool.
oh
I
no,
need to
right?
say something. Let's see. Okay. So,
don't don't love this placement. Got that kill, so that's
mm,
that's really good. Because if you didn't get
yeah,
that kill, that thing takes height.
gotta yeah, you gotta start taking them out, one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now I'm interested to see if Isimu is gonna be um, effective at all in this game. Him being a 10 points guy.
Mm-hmm. That'll be
So far,
interesting.
I think it's fire against vampire.
Yeah, just going all in for it.
So we'll see. I mean, I think strategically, depending if Cyprian can hit enough against these fire elementals, or these fire elementals take out Cyprian, it'll depend. That'll depend on which way the game is going to go. Because
Mm-hmm.
that looks like what's going to be the matchup now, and Raylan's giving them an aura boost. So thank goodness she did survive, and now it's just that much harder for Cyprian to take out these fire elementals.
Yeah, exactly. I almost wonder it. Ooh, let's see. So that is
That's a little
Val
bit of a
does
little bit
move.
of a retreat.
Yeah, interesting.
Did he take any more wounds?
No, no. So yeah, he's got stealth flying, so he was able to get out of there safely.
Right.
Um, I don't know why he didn't come back here and start swinging at Raylan again though, because I mean,
Yeah,
like if Raylan's around, that defense boost is significant. Um, and so that would have helped. Also, like another alternative would have been like going for Kurok, who is in Raylan's aura.
right.
You'd have the bonus defense, but if you got a good chilling touch on Kurok and killed him, that would just
That
about
would
win you the game.
pretty much, and it's only sacrificing 1 miniature. Um, so yeah, that's kind of, retreating probably wasn't the best option at that moment,
Yeah, and I just don't see what retreating is doing for him right here.
other than just hiding. I mean, it depends whether or not maybe his, because this was a second order marker, maybe his third order marker, um, wasn't Cyprian at all, and if that case, he would have been open for, more hits maybe that's what was his thinking, possibly.
So, well, let's see. His third order, yeah, he did actually reveal his third order
Oh,
marker on Cyprian, and he just
so
passes the
okay.
turn. Yeah, he.
Wow.
So yeah, really there. Like I'm like at least take one more
That
turn with that. I don't know.
you cannot let your opponent have any type of advantage like
Mhm.
he just gave Doc. Oh,
Yeah, I
don't
know, it's,
do
like,
it,
so much
because
map control.
yeah, because now at the end of the game, we might look back on this moment as being the move that kind of, possibly decided the game for one player or not. I mean, there could be other moves in the future, but
Mhm.
this one could have been a deciding factor or a leading factor towards possibly, um, where the course of the game is gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, like, I agree. Saving if I could see, like, he might wanna save Cyprian for the end game, but if you're going to do that, then don't use him in the early game because now you're just giving Doc time. Yeah,
Right.
I think I agree. I think this giving Doc this much time could, I mean, it's still early and there's still a lot to happen, but
Yes.
it's still pivotal for Doc's position.
It's basically your first, initial blows to see how each of you fight if you've
Mm-hmm.
never met before, and who came out the strongest. Now, be it he did take out a fire elemental, but I think the fire elemental's back on the board, right?
Yeah, it is, and that was the other thing. Like killing fire elementals is great, but if you don't kill Kurok, then they're just gonna come back.
Right, right. And, you've I sacrificed 2 wounds just for that, so, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
mm. So, basically, all you did was basically embolden your opponent a little bit more, on Muskie's side a little bit, um, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, the initiative roll. Okay, Doc gets the initiative then.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what he does. Just basically moving his army up. It's gonna be like a tide of fire coming down on this, and last time I checked, fire does melt ice.
Oh yeah. See how? I mean, Doc's just gonna
Ooh,
have
we
so
got
many people.
Krug.
Rug, nice.
Krug. Krug. I loved animating Krug the few seconds I used him. Yeah, for those of you who've watched Tales of Valhalla and don't know where I've animated Krug, he's not in any season. He's actually in an introduction video. So go to the Tales of Valhalla YouTube page, look up the playlist, and look up character introduction videos. He's in the Silveris introduction video, and he basically knocks Silveris flat. Because apparently they have a rivalry in the lore of the game. So
Yeah, there was a there. I think it was like in one of the cartoons that
right,
showed them fighting, which was awesome.
yeah, you know I really would like to play against Doc someday because I'm pretty sure I'd be beaten quite handily. Um, but just to see him, uh, like, work his pieces on the field just to learn, uh, from his mind would be a really great thing.
Yeah, it's really fun to play Doc. I mean, the first time I played him, I was out of my pants. Well, okay, not out of my pants. That's a little weird. But yeah, I was like intimidated to death. But I mean, he's a super great guy, really friendly,
Mhm.
and yeah, just like you said, it's a learning experience.
For sure. Oh,
I
yeah,
have lost
definitely.
to Doc a good few times.
That's the best way to learn. Looks like Krug has the high ground. That's probably what he's saying up top there. "I have the high ground." Let's see how effective that can be, though.
We'll see.
Sometimes having the high ground really doesn't matter, on here, especially when you're up against a wave of fire.
Right.
I just see all these miniatures, my goodness.
Yeah, so much fun. This would look really. This is one of those matchups that I would love to see real life. This many
Yes.
fire elementals.
Yes. So much. Yeah, 11 fire elementals, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, so we got the next initiative. So a lot of it was just movement, right? There really wasn't much fighting or
Yeah, just more development, more trying to
yeah.
figure out where to go, where to end up. And Muskie's now switching into the Frost Giant, which is.
Mm. So he's just moving his guys up. It's
Mm-hmm.
basically gonna be yeah, basically be power, like physical power, and brute force against magic. At least that's how we're trying to set it up, which is fine. For me, being the type of cinematic storyteller I am, I kind of like this setup. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Got that Frost Giant coming right in. 9 move with that Frost Giant because of Valdez crazy fast. See how Doc responds. I wonder if he goes for Krug now? Because if he knows that there aren't, like, that Krug won't be attacking, it's a good time to attack him.
He's in a position to deal as much damage as possible for certain.
Mm-hmm. Starting to see those crazy searing intensity rolls. And its attack. Giant. Just 1 wound. That's actually a lot less than I expected. I thought there'd be a lot more wounds there, but only 1 wound for Frost Giant is not bad. Oh, and that's a good
It'll start.
move.
It'll start adding up. Oh, there we go. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I was wondering if Muskie was gonna be like, okay, take out the source of the power here,
Mm-hmm.
and now that is something that can change the game
Yeah, that'll
just
be
as quickly.
7. Oh, that should be 7 attack. Ski, come on, come on. Ski, roll your dice. Oh, you only rolled 5. Why do you only roll 5? No, no, that was so good. So okay, sorry. I mean, three
Mhm.
three disengagement attacks totally worth it, I think, because so Frost Giant, if it starts engaged, um, gets +2 attack. If it's unengaged, it gets +2 move. Starts engaged +2 attack, and that's even if it's attacking something that, um, is like he wasn't engaged with at the start of his turn. So he still should have had 7 attack there on uh Kurok.
Hmm.
Yeah, as someone who, no offense to Doc, but as someone who wanted to see Kurok get smashed there.
Please. Well, I think towards the end of season 3, the whole audience is going to want to see Karak get smashed. I think everybody wanted that at the end of season 2 as well,
I mean, I can
because
vouch for that, yeah.
so we're just trying here to take out Frostshine as much as possible, right? I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, lots of attacks on Frost Giant there.
Yeah, but I think it's still going to survive.
Yeah, it's still in a surprisingly good spot.
Four shields are working.
Yeah,
That's one way to stay alive.
Muskie switching into Krug. Interesting. It was looks like kind of a fake out trying to get Doc to attack Krug, so then he could use him on the last turn with hopefully a boosted
Right.
attack. Unfortunately, not a boosted attack. Um, other than height, but that's cool.
And Karak's got one wound on him,
Mm-hmm.
but still alive. And I suppose, like, thank goodness that Raylan is here. No, no, my whole, judgment of Raylan at the beginning is, now totally wiped away because I think Raylan's in a really good position right now to help out as best as possible.
Yeah, yeah, she's really doing a lot there. There goes Frost Giant. Muskie
Taking
can
her
roll
out.
that dying swipe, which hopefully he too. Dying swipe. Oh
Oh, yeah,
no,
there's a giant swipe.
you forgot about it. Oh,
Doc isn't gonna remind him.
oh, he's not even rolling a height dice there. Yeah, I think Muskie's. I don't know. Either it I kind of feel like Muskie's a little frazzled right now. Just because he's forgetting so many things like the bonus
Sure.
attack, dying swipe, extra die. He's just overlooking some things. I don't know if it's like the nerves of making it this far and then playing Doc, which is pretty nerve wracking.
But keep your head, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
That's why it's always good to take your time and relook at your character cards,
Hmm.
even online, because you can easily just look them up like I have on my, separate screen right now is I have all the cards, digitally, and just look them up just in case. Although I know it's easy to forget things. It is so
Right.
easy to forget special
It
abilities.
is. But I mean, like, and you can see how, like, small things. If you're forgetting those small things, like if he'd rolled 2 extra attack on Karak, that could have been 1 or 2 more wounds. If he remembers
Mhm.
dying swipe, that could have been like a couple more wounds to finish off Karak. Like that could have been a dead Karak. And again, no offense against Doc, but as someone who wanted to see Karak get cut to pieces, um, I, I'm like, come on, Muskie. But I mean, and sometimes it just happens, and that's just how the game goes. But and now Karak's taking the high ground to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Sure. Yeah, because there's more than one frost giant on the field.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, like Muskie's going into Cyprian more this round. Bringing him back.
Yep, see that?
Again, that he's using the water well to keep the fire elementals from
Mhm.
attacking him.
But it's almost like a defensive type of play.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go to be defensive or more aggressive? I wonder.
And that's a good question. I probably would have gone a little bit more offensive personally, like gone up here to
Mhm.
try to kill a fire elemental and heal a wound. And with Cyprian, you do it's I don't know. I will say though, I'm not great with Cyprian because he's all about like timing
Right.
because he can tear armies apart, but you've got to know like when to dive in and how to dive in, and I'm far from an expert on that. Oh, Doc's going in the water. Interesting. Going for some searing intensity.
Now there's an aggressive move.
Yeah.
Well, it's one fire elemental, so can take the little bit of risk there.
Let's see. So there was a frog, like a or
Second Cyprian got hit.
Cyprian as well. Yeah. Then back.
I love the screen that Doc is just setting up when it comes to these fire elementals,
Mm-hmm.
um, and Karak. Um, keeping Karak protected, having Raylan close by to add, that protection to not just Karak but the fire elementals as well. Really giving distance to the enemy figures, to where uh, Muskie really has to think about, okay, who's the most important miniature to take out right now? And I mean, I would think Raylan or Karak, and mostly Karak.
Mm-hmm.
especially since Croc's got 2 wounds on him now.
Right, yeah. So like it could happen, but I mean, yeah, Doc's just got such a good screen
Mhm.
to just completely blocking off all of this to figures who don't fly. So Cyprian really needs to come in clutch. He's at 1 life remaining now. Yeah, I think this is
Yikes.
the move. You go in, you hope for like a 20 on Cyprian, and that's not a 20. That's too bad. That hurts.
Wait, where's Cypern? Did he get taken out? Oh, no, he's right there,
Yeah,
okay.
he came down here, rolled an
Oh my
8,
Croc.
which even with Sonya doesn't do anything. His attack is blocked. Yeah, that hurts.
Yikes. Yeah, I can see how Cyprian is, visually just, can appear suddenly and then disappear suddenly.
Hmm.
Makes him for quite a unique figure. But at the same time, even though he's undead, he can be burned, and vampires do not like fire.
Hmm. Let's see. Yep, there's a dead Cyprian. Burnt,
Wow.
burnt, burnt, burnt. Hopefully that third order marker wasn't also on Cyprian. Let's see. Rug's getting hurt too now. Like he's at what, 5 wounds? Looks like.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's.
so I'd say the next round, it's time to use Krug as effectively as you can.
Mm-hmm.
You might not have more chances with him. It's time just to get him pummeling some miniatures and either take out. I would say I don't even think Karak um, would be is possible with Krug. I'd say try and take out Raylan.
Yeah, if you can
Just
make it down this way to Raylan,
yep,
that's
yeah,
great.
blast through some elementals, in a move, and then the next move, uh, take Raylan out.
Mm-hmm. Tough part about that though, is looking at it. Um,
You got to
the f-
take a
gotta kill this
leave an
thing.
engagement attack. Yeah,
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 and,
I
and
see
and
that if
if you do
you're gonna
take the
move.
leaving engagement attack to go there, then this fire elemental can take hide on you, no matter where you go. So
Well,
that's a
I
really
didn't
good
say
placement for Doc.
it wasn't difficult. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
more
yeah.
more it was more possible than trying to take out Karak.
Exactly, yeah.
Rather than just standing there and dying.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and it goes along with what you said earlier with the screen that Doc has put together of
Mhm.
just putting a fire elemental here and then blocking off the right spots to keep Krug from doing what he wants to do. He's stuck
Right.
attacking one fire elemental a turn. He can't even come down this way because of the level difference. So these fire elementals are untouchable.
Right, and we now have, instead of 5 heroes, 3 heroes, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this wave of fire just keeps on building, for
This
certain.
this game gets hotter and hotter. 10 attack Krug. That's fun. Oof. And the 10 attack Krug got blocked. That's less fun. But the worst thing about a 10 attack Krug is it only takes one more wound to have a no Krug.
Yes. I'm just holding my breath like, "Okay, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna
Yeah.
happen next?" I mean, this makes for a very thrilling game for certain. Because if all y'all watching at home ain't on the edge of your seats, then I don't know what's gonna get you on the edge of your seats, really. And I say this with, less than 5 hours of sleep, in the past 24 hours, so woohoo! And yeah, Krug gets taken out, so, hmm,
Yeah. Oof.
it didn't. I know it's hard, but I would've, at the beginning, because I think it was all the order markers were on Krug, right? I think, to move him around, right?
Mm-hmm.
To try and, fend off the blows, from, the adjacent fire elementals. I would've just try and left engagement and taken those wounds, if I need to take them, then take out that fire elemental, then take out Raylan. Um, because you'd be taking wounds no matter what. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so just keeping them there. I mean, you're gonna lose them no matter what. So it would have been better to take that risk. But oh well, what can you do?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Now Doc's
So
just
now
gonna
it's
finish
now
off.
it's now it's 2 heroes. I don't know. This I mean, we still have an effective fire elemental screen, even though 2 fire elementals are gone. Um, this isn't looking good on Muskie's side now.
Yeah, not at all. And Doc's just still doing really really well with this like whole single fire elemental to
Yes.
engage the hero, continually burn it.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
At the same time, in the future, I hope he uses this army against me, 'cause I would like to plan something to face off, against this army sometime in the future. It would be fun.
Water elementals.
Maybe.
Super
Just
effective. Actually,
maybe.
I wonder. Because Kurok with water elementals, like a bunch of water elementals, usually isn't great. But water
Mhm.
elementals versus fire elementals, that'd probably depend on the map. And obviously, if it's a lot of water, then the fire elementals are opposed.
Right.
Double 20 for initiative. Nice.
Wow.
When Doc pulls.
I don't know, do you think this would be the last round, or we think we got 2 more rounds?
I think it's potentially we've got another round after this, but I'd say like around 70% chance-ish that this is the last round.
Quite possibly. It's either defeating all the rest of the miniatures or conceding defeat, really.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, Muskie's in a position is not a good position.
Yeah, and it's
I
2 wounds that turn on Frost
Yep.
Giant. So yeah, that's making it even worse. Sonya like exists, but she's not gonna win the game, especially if the Frost
Mhm.
Giant can't do something incredible here.
Right. So far, do we have any wounds on that frost giant yet?
On this one,
Yeah.
yeah, 4 out of 6 wounds on.
Okay. I'm sorry,
So
my eyes can't see.
no, you're good. You're good.
I'm, like, trying to squint my eyes on the screen, like, "What does that read? I can't."
Yeah, luckily I've got it hooked up to a TV, so I can see it
Ah,
okay. But I
nice.
it is hard for.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, it's already 4 wounds against him. Took out that fire elemental, though, but again,
But then
just
there's just
replace it with
another
another
one.
one.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
got fire elementals for days. And yeah, he's just got a. There's a searing intensity, so now it's a 5 wound frost giant.
All that's left really to do I'm just waiting to applaud, and just be like, "Yay.
For the
Congratulations."
GG. Yeah. Oof. And yeah, Doc that fire elemental's like I'm ready to applaud too.
Yep. Yep. No, nicely done on both sides, really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, Doc shows why he is very, very good at this. Uh, Muskie put forth a pretty good effort. Um, I mean, there were just some things that, uh, needed to be a little bit more bold, um, and, uh taken out, some of the uh, key figures like Karak early, just missed those chances,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Because if that would have happened, then this battle could have been a bit different.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Um doesn't look like order markers are happening, so I'm guessing that Muskie concedes there. And
Mhm.
yeah,
I
I
would
mean, like so going into this, I knew that Doc won. I had not seen the
Mhm.
game at all though, so I was still pretty surprised to see how things did end up going. I think, like you said early on, pulling back with Cyprian really set the
Right.
pace for the match because I just gave Doc so much time to develop a good position. And then
Develop that screen position. Yep.
yeah. And then like Muskie did have that chance at redemption going in against Kurok here, but I mean just just those small things, forgetting, and like you said, it's always good to double check your cards because
Right.
I mean if he'd remembered just those two powers, that could have been the skulls to put the final wounds on Kurok, and if Kurok's dead, then all of a sudden this becomes a like if Kurok's around, this is a really ridiculously tough matchup for Muskie. But if he's gone, then this becomes almost a shutout for him. Like the other way, it totally
Right.
totally flips. I mean, like Doc's still a great player, so he'd still have to be able to beat Doc, but it becomes super favored on his side because he's still at that point he's still got Krug, he's got another Frost Giant, he's got a Cyprian. Cyprian especially loves fire elementals who can only move one at a time. And so huge difference there.
Right. And notice that, I mean, Doc, I mean, he positioned Kurok differently after that Frost Giant attacked
Mm-hmm.
him. So that was a little bit uh that was a little flaw in the movement to where that could have been an opportunity, but then Doc corrected it, as soon as he realized, oh, okay, high ground is good um for
Mm-hmm.
for this miniature so as not to have it happen again. So yeah, it's just, I mean, it doesn't matter how good your opponent is as long as you can find out some of the weaknesses or the sometimes the missteps that should have been taken and then capitalize on them. Um, so it's not impossible to defeat, a good opponent. A good opponent. You just got to look out for those opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, and Doc. I mean, honestly, Doc would say the same thing. I think because I mean, he's great, but I think he also realizes that he's not a perfect player, and he's is for as many victories as he's had, he's also he's lost games before. It's crazy to hear, but he has
Yeah,
lost games before. I mean, I'll
sure.
even say,
Babe Ruth has struck out more times than he hit home runs. So
yeah, right. I mean, like Doc has even lost to me once or twice, which is I'm sure a black mark on his record.
celebration time.
Yeah,
Oh,
small bragging point. I was able to get away with it, but uh, but yeah. So like he's just like you said. You've just got to keep that mindset of like looking for where you can find those advantages, and Coach Muskie had some, and he took advantage of some of those advantages. He just didn't use all of the things at his disposal.
right. Anyway, applause.
Yep, yeah.
Applause to the players. Applause, just do formal applause. Yay,
Just
guys.
little golf
Thank you
claps for
everybody
him.
for participating. Woohoo!
Yeah, no, I mean, and it was still a good game. Like
Yeah.
lots of
Oh
good
yeah.
gameplay on both sides. Lots of good. I mean, like, and it was a cool matchup of like you said, the power versus magic. It's a cool theme, and it's a cool matchup to watch
Yeah.
go
Oh,
down.
you could recheck my video screen about 25-35% of the time my mouth is just dropped open and I'm not saying a word just because I'm like, this is so interesting.
Yeah, exactly,
I
exactly.
don't know what to say because it's just like, oh, I just want to see what happens next. So yes. Oh,
Hmm.
always fun to watch those.
Oh yeah, yeah, and this is a good one. So I'm glad for it. Congratulations to both players. Um, so like I said, mentioned or hinted at the beginning of the video, this did end up becoming the final game because at the same time as this game, there was another game where Veggie's dad was playing another player. I don't know who. But basically Veggie's dad was I think 3-0. Both of these players were 3-0, but Veggie's dad opponent was not 3-0. So if Veggie's dad won that game, then there would be another game after this. If he lost that game, then there would not be, and Doc would be the winner. Veggie's dad won that game, and so technically, Doc and Veggie's dad would have battled it out for the like actual championship, like the actual finals. But plot twist, Veggie's dad had the exact same army as Doc's, so like both the exact same fire
Oh,
elemental army. So instead of duking it out, they're like, um, we don't want to play that game because that mirror match does not sound very fun to play. So
mm,
we'll just forego that.
okay. I see.
But yeah,
Well, I think we know the army to beat then in the future, or try to beat.
yeah, there
So,
was
all the players out there, take notes.
fire elementals really really good for heroes only. There was a conversation afterwards talking about for how heroes only like fire elementals are, I think easily. I think they were saying like just like the best army. Not that it doesn't have weaknesses. If you can kill Kurok, then you've got it. But
Mhm.
I mean, it's hard to get past all of this stuff. So,
Right.
um, yeah, they did. For those who are interested in the like the format, the meta, they did say that it's probably best to pick out common heroes from heroes only and just do uncommon and unique heroes for it.
Gotcha. So they might have to re-rule up things in the future.
hmm
Makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, again, good game, good times, and thank you so much for joining me for this one, Tales of Valhalla.
Yeah, I appreciate it so much. I always love being on the show and getting away from my animating table and watching a couple of Heroscape players hash it out. It's always fun to watch and quite a joy. Quite a joy.
Oh yeah, and it's always good to have you on as well. It's always good to have the just be able to talk Heroscape with you. It's a good time.
Right.
Before we sign off, do you have anything you'd like to say, share? I think you. Okay, I won't be too coy about it. I know you've got some stuff that you sent my way that you're sharing.
Yes, just a couple of photos, and that's basically all I have right now. And so we have like a group shot, and that particular scene is a very pivotal scene. See, I said that word right this time.
There you
Um,
go.
uh, in uh, in season 3, it's one of the second half of episodes. So it's like 10 episode season. So it's in the latter 5 episodes of the season, and it's one of the last desert scenes um, in TOV, and a lot of characters there. You see Kimoshi, you see Kurok, you see the all the elementals gathered together. So it'll be quite fun to view that when it's all done and edited. Um, and then I have a couple of what is looks like some ice and snow, and I'm just beginning to animate Thalink Tundra uh, episodes, and those are they like Tundra's basically in the last 3 episodes of season 3, and that's when the finale happens and all that stuff. So that's where I'm currently at. So definitely beginning of this year. Next time I return, probably will have at least a teaser trailer to show you guys of what season 3 is going to be about. And there's just next year is going to be a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Heroscape animation gonna be thrown out, and just the conclusion of everything that we've seen so far. So I cannot wait to show it, but we still got some work to do, so I'm gonna get to that.
I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really excited to see what you've got in store. Um, and you'll be seeing those images right now on the screen because I found out last time that I cast with Tales of Valhalla that it's actually pretty easy to edit those in. So yeah,
Yeah.
so you'll be seeing those right now. Really really looking forward to that. I mean those landscapes always look beautiful.
Yeah, again, plug it into high ground terrain tiles,
hmm
because besides the regular Heroscape game pieces you see, all that is high ground 3D printed stuff, and their terrains are just awesome. Please visit their website and get their stuff because they deserve the business.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. I'll also plug that in the description, along with Tales of Valhalla's stuff because I mean I don't have high ground stuff because I was lucky enough to get a lot of Heroscape while it was still in print. But
Mhm.
I like from what I've seen and especially in your videos, it looks incredible. And I think one of the pictures you can see the high ground tiles like mid assembly
Right,
and I mean you can see
right.
how it works and they look great. They look really really good.
Yeah, and those photos that's a set that's halfway completed, and then should be another photo where it is completed, and in that set is like one of it's going to be like basically a fight scene between two characters. I will not say which, but you'll find out very soon next year. And they basically go head to head, and it'll be quite a powerful scene when it comes out the next year.
Sweet, man, I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be so awesome. But
Yep, absolutely. I can't wait to show it. It's coming. It's coming.
on the edge of my seat for it. I'm really. So I mean, you keep teasing it to me, and so of course I'm gonna be excited. but but yeah, thank you again for joining so much. Well, thank you so much for joining, I guess is the correct way to say that.
No, no, say thanks for having me again.
Yeah, of course. And thank you viewers as well for viewing as always. Really quick, I mean I've been doing online con stuff for a while, so you probably know at this point, but in case you don't, check out the description for other stuff like battle reports and a Twitch channel and other stuff that you can check out to see more stuff about online con. But like I said, we're wrapping this up, so we'll be looking forward to some new stuff as well. Always remember what a glorious world it is that we live in. And this will be 10 points under and out.